Hey there, it's Daniel here for the Remote Chess Academy. It's my great pleasure to present this chess lesson. Today we'll be having a look at two very interesting games, from which I hope you will learn how to make an attacking plan right after the opening, and how to play dynamic chess in middle game positions. So we'll start with the first one. It's a game of mine against a FIDE master, which I managed to defeat. It's the Alapin variation of the Sicilian. I will not spend too much time on these opening moves. It's all theory. Bishop e7, queen e2, knight b6. Here the main line is castle for black. My opponent chose knight b6, and this is the first time when I really had to think, what do you think, bishop b3 or bishop d3 is better here? I think bishop b3 is the correct move. Bishop d3 is bad because after knight b4, black will exchange his knight for my bishop, or after bishop b5, bishop d7, I will only help black develop. So that's not what I want. Bishop b3, d5. Black voluntarily closes the center, and now I have to make a plan. Usually when the center is closed like this, you should attack on a flank, using mainly your pawns. So that's what I thought here. I will play rook d1, and probably if black wants to castle short, I will continue with g3 and h4. So knight c3, developing first, bishop d7. Black decided to keep his options open and to delay castle. g3, continuing my plan, a6, bishop c2, knight c4. Although this knight looks good on c4, it doesn't do anything special, it doesn't attack. h4, b5, rook d1. I was careful to overprotect d4, as this is the base of my central pawn chain. h6, knight e1. Knight e1, the idea is to go queen g4, and since black weakened his c5 square by playing b5, maybe in the future I have some plans of knight b3 and knight c5. Queen b6, queen g4, attacking g7, long castle for black. I suggest you pause the video and think how to adjust my plan here, where to attack, on which side of the board. I think the right answer here is to attack on the queen side, since the enemy king is placed there. So a4, opening the position, king b7, preparing to defend with rook a8, but I think here f5 was necessary for black in order to create some counterplay on the other side, on the king side, because it doesn't work to take the pawn. Queen takes g7 will only help black to activate his pieces. After rook g8, I think he has at least a repetition here, queen f7, rook f8, and the position will be repeated. So probably I would have taken ef6, bishop f6, 8 takes b5, 8 takes b5, b3, knight a5, and the game continues. At least here black will have his own counter chances on the king side, because in the game he had almost no chance after king b7. Now I open the position, a b5, ab, b3, principle of neutralization. The only available square for the black knight is to go back on a5. Bishop e3, principle of the least active piece. Again, as I said before, overprotecting this important d4 pawn. g6. I don't think this is a good move either, because my threat was not to take on g7. Queen f3, eyeing the f7 pawn. So black decided to defend it with bishop e8. And this is another crucial moment. I suggest you pause the video and find the best move for white here. The correct move, which I managed to play in the game, is knight e4. Very strong move. Since all our pieces have good squares, it is the knight which is not playing. That's why I decided to sacrifice it here for the activity. So knight e4. Probably knight c5 is one of the threats. So black took, b4, bishop e4, and white got a splendid position. His king is very unsafe, his knights are tied down, and we will continue the pressure with rook d c1. Queen a6 was played in the game. One of the threats was also d5 with a double attack. That's why after bishop e4, black prevented that with queen a6. Rook dc1, increasing the pressure. King b8. Knight d3. Principle of the least active piece, but it was better to open the position with d5. I played the more quiet move, knight d3. Knight takes d4. Bishop d4, rook d4. b4. And here black had an amazing defense resource. Again, I recommend you pause the video and try to find how to defend here with black. Black had rook takes e4, queen e4, and queen b7. So either exchanging queens or after knight c6, black will have material advantage. My opponent didn't see this resource, since he was in time trouble. He played bishop takes b4, knight b4, rook d4. What would you play here with white? I played in the game queen f6, the only attacking move really. Queen takes h8 or queen d8 are the threats. Rook takes e4. What would you play here? Queen d8 check or take on h8? Of course, the most forcing move, queen d8, playing for the win. King a7 and simple move, rook takes a5. Black resigned in this position. Okay, so as a conclusion, I think after black closed the center, I had good play. And also king b7, I think was a bad move. Just trying to defend and not strike back. It was necessary to play f5 here. And then I think I played well after the very good move knight e4. So keep in mind, after the opening, it is very important to make a plan and to attack where you think it's necessary, on center, kingside or queenside. Okay, we move on to the second game. It was played in 1950. White was Kotov and black was Keres. Keres was known to be as the eternal candidate because he played a lot of candidate matches for world title, but actually never won one. So let's see, c4. Again, the opening is not so important. Knight f6, b4, e6, knight c3, bishop b4. We have Nimzo-Indian, bishop c3, b6, knight c6, f3. This is the Zenish variation of the Nimzo-Indian. e6, e4, bishop a6. While white is gaining space, we see that black wants to capture the c4 pawn, which is actually the only weakness in white's camp. e5, bishop g5 is also played. The play may continue h6, bishop h4, knight a5, queen a4, and queen c8. Strong move. Geller Smyslov was this game, which ended in a draw. So this was a game in 1949. So probably Kotov saw that game and came with the novelty. He played here e5, gaining space, knight e8, knight h3, developing, knight a5, queen a4, protecting c4 pawn, knight e7, again we have to develop, so bishop d3, bishop d3, castles, bishop g5, principle of the maximum activity, h6, bishop h4, and here was the first mistake for black. He should have played d6, striking at our center. This is a good rule. When your opponent starts an attack on a flank, it is a good idea to strike back in the center if you can. So d6 was perfect move here. Instead, black chose d5, aiming at the c4 pawn. But here, white prepared something. He played bishop b1, sacrificing the c4 pawn in order to obtain compensation and initiative. Strong attack on the king side. g5 played in the game. Queen c2, threatening mate in 1. If knight f5, then g4, and white wins. Knight g6 was played in the game. I recommend you pause the video and try to find the best move for white here. White played very strong move, knight f4. The knight is on 3, but it cannot be taken. If knight takes f4, mate. So g takes h4, knight takes g6. Again, the knight is untouchable because of mating 2. So rook e8. Once again, suggest you pause the video. What is the best continuation for white here? Yeah, here white has multiple choices. Knight e7 check, knight f8, knight h8 are candidate moves for white, and you should calculate all of them. Knight e7 doesn't help you very much because, of course, black shouldn't take because knight in 2 after queen h7 and queen h8 mate. Black has simple move king f8, and we only helped black to escape with his king. So knight h8 is the correct move in this position, threatening queen h7 check. Rook e7, defending, and now we go for the kill. Queen h7 check, king f8. Black wants to run away with his king. What do you think is a good plan for black here? The answer is open the position. Open up the position with the f4, f5 cross. So f4, strong move, knight c4, f5, continuing the attack, e takes f5, and here not bishop takes f5, but even stronger, since we can castle, we take the opportunity and play short castle, introducing one more piece into the attack. Bishop c8, bishop f5, bishop f5, rook f5. The other rook is ready to join the attack as well. Very good position for white. King d8, rook takes f7, principle of material. Anytime you can grab more material, it's very good to do so. King d7, Queen f5 check, King c6, Queen f6, not allowing the black king to run away, so Queen f6 forces black king to stay in the center with King d7, e6 check, King d6 doesn't work because probably you see after Rook e7, Queen e7, Knight f7, white wins. So black has to go King c6, Rook e7, Queen takes h8. Again, I recommend you to pause the video and find the win for white here. Best move for white is not go back, but play Rook takes c7 check. Rook takes c7, after King takes c7, Queen e7 check. If King c6, it's mate in 1, and if King c8, you should have calculated here that white has Rook f1, and there is no defense against Rook f8 with a winning position. So Rook c7, very strong move. King b5, the only way to continue the game. Queen e7, continuing the attack. a5, Queen d7 check, King a6, and finally joining the attack with last piece, Rook b1. And it was in this position that black resigned, as there is no defense against Queen b5 checkmate. Let's see what black can try here. So if Queen e8, Rook a7, strong move, deviation, Rook takes a7, Queen b5, Queen e8 with the idea Queen b5. Also, if Knight takes a3, what would you play here with white? It's mate in 2. Rook takes b6, King takes, Queen c6 mate. So there was really no defense for black here. That's why he resigned. Okay, so as a conclusion, troubles for black started with the move d5, after which bishop b1, Queen c2, and strong move Knight f4, playing on the initiative. White got a very strong. In both games, we saw that after the opening, white chose an attacking plan and never retreated with his pieces, but rather played on the attack. I hope you enjoyed this lesson and will apply this knowledge in your own games. Talk to you soon.